and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the Let Me Introduce You series. As I said, this is the Let Me Introduce You series where I introduce you to some of my favorite authors, new to me authors that I think should get more recognition and you need to go out and read their books. So let me introduce you to the amazing Siera London. Hello, Miss Siera. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Oh, okay. I actually have to say something. Well, I am, like you said, I'm Siera London and I write a little bit of everything: contemporary romance, paranormal romance, even a little bit of crime fiction. And I have an urban fantasy coming out this year as well. Um, mm, I am the creator of the Lifetime Chronicles, featuring Messy Mandy, which I absolutely love. I am a Navy vet. I'm a retired pediatric nurse practitioner. Spent 23 years in the Navy, so I love talking about military characters, both men and women, not just Navy SEALs. And my husband is also military, and I'm a mother to 2 and grandmother to 4.
Well,
That's me.
thank you. Oh my goodness. You just totally answered so many of my questions. We will
Did I?
get into them just a little bit, touched on them, and I am so excited to get into these questions. You've already told us that you write a little bit of everything. What is your favorite thing to write about?
Honestly, so my favorite thing to write is grown and sexy romance. Like, I love dealing with, so I'm a woman of a certain age, and I love.
Oh, that's all right. I believe we're about around the same age-ish.
Okay.
And I love it. I love it. That is one of the things that I absolutely love about your books, is that those characters are of a certain age. Yes. And I relate to them so much.
Yes. So I love telling not just the story of women of diverse backgrounds, but mature women with some experience. I love telling their stories. And I like delving into the relationship that they have with men, both younger and older. Yeah, because I think you bring something different to the table when you're outside of your 20s, 30s, and even your 40s. When you're entering a relationship, most women by that time have an idea, if not what they want, they definitely know what they don't want, and they feel comfortable communicating that in a relationship. So I like exploring that.
That's amazing. So are you a traditional author, independent author, or a hybrid of both?
So now I am hybrid. So I started out writing. Can I go back?
Yes.
Can I go back a little bit? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I started writing when I was still on active duty, like back in 2013 or so. And I didn't publish my first book until 2015. That was Chasing Ava. It took me a little while to get all the words on the page, and there were a lot of them, y'all. That book was like over 100,000 words, and I had to cut it down. And
oh my goodness, because I just finished reading that one. Yes. And wow.
Yes, I love Logan and Ava. Like, that story is the one that gave me the confidence that I could keep going, that I could keep writing. And I self-published that book. And I shopped it around first, and I got interest. And this was at conferences, and I got interest. But I was at a different point in my life. I had just retired from the military. And for those of you all who know about military life, you go where you're told to go, you do what you're told to do, and you shut up. Right. And I didn't want to do that with my next career, which was writing. I wanted to have more control. So I decided to start off self-publishing, and it worked for me. It works for me because I still have self-published titles, and I continue to add to that catalog. So, and now, if y'all noticed last week, I got a book contract with Forever. So I'll be writing romantic comedies now.
Yay! I'm
Yes.
so excited to see this new level and this new adventure that you're going to be going to. Which brings us to so you mentioned the Lunchtime Chronicles.
Mhm.
What inspired you to go out and get all these authors together to start the Lunchtime Chronicles?
Man, you are asking some deep questions. I know it doesn't seem like it, but they really are. So, so the Lifetime Chronicles is a multi-author serial. So different authors writing in the same story world. And when I came up with the Lunchtime Chronicles, I had just finished another group project with one of my close writer friends, Zyla Turner. And that was the Lady Guardians, which was a female motorcycle club. Yes. So
Okay. That it's one of the titles that I hope to like jump into, and I can't wait. Oh my goodness. I
yes.
felt so I have read the entire all the seasons. There's four
Okay.
seasons out, you guys. Um if you watched any of my TikToks or anything like that, you know that I was devouring them over the last couple months, and I just finished and knew that some of the books had kind of spin-offs or previous titles and stuff like that.
Yes.
So the Lady Guardians was definitely one that I was like, this sounds very interesting.
yes.
So that
So
sort of inspired, wow.
it did, well, what happened was Zyla and I had worked together in another author's world. And I was in Paige Tyler's world for Dallas Fire and Rescue, which used to be in Kindle Worlds. That Kindle World no longer exists, y'all. Don't go looking for it. It don't exist anymore. So I had invited Zyla to that world, and we learned so much that we was like, we should do a group project. And y'all know Zyla, like when she has an idea, she just zooms straight ahead. So she came up with Lady Guardians, and I was like, I love it. And we had such a great experience with Lady Guardians, and I believe that was 3 seasons. We had such a great time that I really didn't want to lose that kind of sisterhood that we had going with
Mhm.
Lady Guardians because, oh my gosh, we have wonderful authors in that set. So at the time, it was me, Olivia Gaines, Rihanna Mallory, Zyla Turner, Sierra London. So I was like, you know what? Let's come up with something else. And so we were thinking through it, and I shared it with my mom. I was down here in Florida visiting. I didn't live here then, and I was watching Wendy Williams with my mom. And I was like, Mama, this show is a hot mess. And she's like, I know, it's good, right?
You're right.
And
It's
so,
addictive. Addictive.
yes. And so that's how Messy Mandy was born. I was like, what if I had a fictitious gossip columnist that spilled tea about everybody's life but her own? And so, and I wanted something that was short and hot because I wasn't really writing erotica then. And I was like, erotic romance. So I was like, let me write short
Mhm.
and hot, something that women can just devour in the little bit of time that we have, in the midst of our day. And so I was like, lunchtime chronicles. Like I
Yep.
used to read all the time at work on my lunch break. I would read all the time on my lunch break. So I'm like, Lunchtime Chronicles with Messy Mandy. So Messy Mandy presents the Lunchtime Chronicles. That's how it was born. And it started with just the four of us from the Lady Guardian series,
Okay.
just the four of us. And we each did 2 books each. And the
Mhm.
readers loved it. They absolutely loved it because it was short and sweet and hot. And all the characters were older,
Mhm.
and it was interracial romance. So it was kind of a unique niche that we were filling. And then it took off from there.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So, what made you guys decide to make all of the books interracial?
So at the time, we all were primarily writing interracial romance. And this was before interracial romance. You weren't seeing it as much as in traditional publishing as you are now. I can honestly say in the last 3 years, we are seeing truly more diverse books coming out of traditional publishing. But at the time, it was something that you weren't seeing as much. And so it was a niche that we were really trying to grow in. Like we love telling these stories and dealing with the issues that can come from, you know, a, a hero and a heroine with truly diverse backgrounds from different cultures, you know. So that's what made us like stick to interracial romance.
So, did you find that it was harder for you to balance sort of including the difficulties for interracial romance into your short novellas, or did it just come easily for you?
You know, so for me, it did not come easy because I wasn't a short writer. You said you've read Chasing Ava.
Hmm.
So I had been challenging myself to write shorter. So for me, yes, I had some challenges, but tackling some of the issues that just come out of love in general. If you've read my books, like the issues that my couples face aren't because of the skin they're wrapped in, it's because of the diversity that you see in where they work, where they live, their beliefs, their thoughts about family, their beliefs about relationships, their beliefs about themselves finding love. So that's where a lot of the conflict is coming from, not just, you know, like this is the skin I'm in and it's different from the skin you're in. And so because I feel like relationships, when you care about somebody, they're deeper than that, than just, you know, what I look like on the outside, right?
I love that. I love that m- pretty much all of the books in the Lunchtime Chronicles have that one sort of aspect of dealing with the challenges of being in an interracial romance or in a relationship. But at
Mhm.
the same time, it's not so heavy and on the nose and being about the skin that you're in.
Mhm.
Then it's more about the external and then uh, how to deal with that relationship.
Right, right. Like, what is this journey we're on as we're navigating, you know, the challenges and the obstacles to finding love, you know, to sharing your life with someone else?
Right, right. So you stated that you were a reader. How long have you been a reader, and what got you into reading?
Okay, so my mom is a reader. She reads really, really hot, like hotter than I write, really hot. And so when I was growing up, my mom would read what they call like these love funny books, like they were comic books, but they were romances. And so she
Oh
had
wow.
tons of them piled up, you know, like tons of them. And she would read them, and we would watch, like, consume all kinds of love stories, black and white, y'all,
Oh wow.
on television. And so I was also a latchkey kid. So my mom would be at work. I would go to the library and I would hang out until she picked me up. So I just fell in love with books. They were a safe companion for me for many years. And I actually discovered romance later, like in my 20s, is when I really discovered romance for myself. Like, these are the kinds of romances that I like, separately from what, you know, you kind of like your mom's girl as you're growing up, like you do what mama does.
Hmm.
But in my 20s in college is when I discovered, oh my gosh, they used to send it to you, Black Expressions. It was a
Hmm.
magazine that you
Okay.
would get that had books written by Black authors. And y'all, they were like hardcover books, they were expensive. You'd only get like two a month, okay?
Wow.
And I would get my Black expressions and read my books by, you know, Sandra Kidd and Donna Hill and all of these ladies who were just pioneers in the field for us. And that's how I kind of fell in love with books,
Oh, I love it.
particularly romance too.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, how many books do you have currently released right now?
Oh gosh, I would say maybe about 30 books. Yeah, maybe about 30 books. Yeah,
Alrighty. So I'm gonna have you pick one of your babies.
Okay.
If you were to turn one of your books into a big screen, would
Ooh.
you put it on as a movie, a TV show, or a limited series, and which one?
Ooh.
Okay,
That's hard because I want to pick two.
so which ones? Which
So I would definitely pick The Bachelors of Shell Cove because that is my that's my black soap opera, y'all. That's my have and have nots meets old school, Grey's Anatomy. Like
one?
I
Mhm.
love like that high drama, big families, all kinds of scandal happening in the hospital setting. For those of you all who used to watch the soap operas, there was always at least one on every channel that happened in a hospital. That's
Yep.
because, yep, the hospital never closes and there's always some craziness going on, and somebody always
Always.
got their panties off somewhere in a corner. So there's always something happening in the hospital. I can say that. I was a nurse for many years, so I can speak to hospital drama. So
Woo.
so I would definitely want that to have season after season, definitely. And then the Lunchtime Chronicles for all of y'all who like streaming late night television. I would definitely want the Lunchtime Chronicles. Just at 30 minutes before you go to bed, something hot and sweet just to take the edge off or to set the stage for
Bring
some
back
adult.
Skinamax.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
What was that show? Was it Cab Confessions or something
Oh,
like that?
yes.
Oh
Yes,
my
yes, yes.
goodness.
Hmm.
Except for it would be the Lunchtime Chronicles. Oh, I could totally see that.
Yes,
Totally
yes,
see that.
yes.
So, do you draw inspiration off of real life people and experiences or celebrities and make up the situations in your mind?
Mm, no, I'm not really a celebrity person, even though Mandy came from Wendy. Like I try not to track as so much of their drama, right? Because I'm like, how much of this is real and how much of this is
It's
contrived, right?
publicity, right? Yep.
Yeah, just for
Hmm.
us. But I do observe the world around me. And, I draw from my own experiences I've observed or people have shared with me, or stories I just want to tell. Sometimes, you'll see something in a newspaper article or an issue or come up in a show that you're watching, and you go, wow, I would really like to tackle that in my book. I'd like to unpackage that and see how a character can make that story into a happy ending.
I love it. Love it. So what was the other thing? Um, done that one. Okay.
Oh, she really does have a list, y'all. Y'all see
Yes, I do. I
that?
do. And
It's so good.
in just discussing, it's like I've covered that, I have covered this, I have covered that.
Hmm.
So if you could pick a celebrity cast
Hmm.
for your for one of your books in your Bachelors of Shell Cove, specifically, it's Chasing Ava, right? I just
Yes.
read it and I'm like, why am I not remembering this title? But
Ooh.
who would you fan cast that? Who
Oh
would
my
be Ava
gosh.
and who would be Logan?
Oh my goodness. That is such an interesting question. Oh my gosh. Why'd you ask me that? Okay. I know I want Angela Bassett in my cast doing something. I'll just say that.
Ooh,
I love her. I love her vibe. I think she
yes.
is grown and sexy to me. So
Yes. Love Angela.
yeah, she has got to be on the page for me.
I
Now,
could
as
see her as Alina.
okay,
I could see her as Lena.
yeah,
Definitely.
I like her vibe. I really
Mm,
like her vibe. And then as far as a male character,
yeah.
who would I bring? Okay, you're gonna have to help me with this because there's so
Okay.
many men that come to mind for me. Who would you pick for Logan?
Ooh, ooh, a Logan. Um,
Yes.
Goodness. Now I'm trying to remember. See, the thing about Logan that I remember the
Yes.
most is his possession.
Yes.
His possession. He was like, mine, 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 mine,
Yes.
mine,
Yes.
mine.
Yes.
So I think Tom Hardy could probably
Okay.
could do a
Okay.
good you're mine, but have that serious sort of,
Yes.
doctor vibe about him. I definitely
Okay.
think he could do that. I think
Because
Tom
I'm
Hardy could.
okay. Because I'm definitely like I'm a Henry Cavill like Witcher kind of guy too. Like I like Henry Cavill's build. I like that kind of
Yes.
chiseled chin. I like that
Hmm.
little cleft like here. Like he could just play any kind of like he could play a bad guy. He could play a
Hmm.
good guy. He could be that smart doctor that's sexy when he takes that coat off. Like I kind of like that vibe he brings to the table too.
He's definitely
So
multifaceted.
he
Definitely.
is, right? He
Definitely.
is. He
Give him some
is.
prosthetics or, a little hair piece, a little mustache.
Yes, 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 yes. I love
He can
his
play,
vibe too.
yes, definitely play some characters.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
he can. But Logan is a character. You know, it's so funny. So, Chasing Ava, the first book I wrote, my husband actually read that book, and he was like, "This man is crazy." He's like, "What woman want a man that's this possessive?" I was like, "Mm."
So I'm saying I'm thinking that the Logan's not based off of your husband or inspired by him.
But
I mean, is a pediatric nurse, so
yes,
I
yes,
was thinking that it was inspired by your own life, but obviously Logan's not.
and so my husband, I was like, you know what? And I like that about Logan. I like that he's a man who acknowledges what he wants in a relationship is not what he's had.
Hmm.
And when he sees Ava
Yep.
and they have that first date together, I love that he says to himself, this is the woman that I want.
Right.
And whatever it is that I have to do, even on the edge of reason, I'm willing to do it because he
Hmm.
does mess things up and he has to come back. And Logan is probably the most alpha pediatrician y'all ever met. He really is. Like, he was
It's like,
like,
how does this man work with children all day long? How is he the child whisperer? But he is. But
he
he loves
is.
him some Ava. He
He
loves him
does.
some Ava.
He loves her. And I love it because I'm from the South and Ava is from the South as well. And she has a very Southern family. And
Hmm.
sometimes, Southern families, they can share their opinions too much about who you're dating. And I love that Logan does not shy away from that. Like he was
Hmm.
like, bring it,
Yep.
bring it. Like I'm here for it. And I like
Exactly.
that. I like that about him because sometimes, family can interfere in a relationship.
Yep.
Sometimes
They sure. Sometimes they can.
they
Sometimes they
can.
can.
And Logan's like, okay, you can interfere, but be ready for what I'm bringing to the table.
Yep. I'm
And
staying. I'm staying.
yes,
You're not getting rid of me. You're not gonna run me off.
exactly.
I'm gonna be here.
Yes. And Ava needs that in her life.
Hmm.
She's a woman who comes from a family background where there's men in her family that she can depend on. And she went out into the world thinking, all men are like that. And guess what? The first guy she encountered, y'all, he was not like that.
Mm-mm.
He was not like that. And it was a painful wake up call for her.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So do you have any? I'm not gonna ask that question yet.
Okay.
We're gonna do our fun questions first.
Okay. I'm all for a fun
Okay,
question.
so these questions are completely random. I have decks of cards that I have
Okay.
questions on, and because you allowed me to, you gave me your favorite number. We're
Uh-huh.
just going to, pick them out and let's see what we come up with.
Okay.
All right, what is your favorite body part about yourself?
Oh, my favorite part. What deck of cards is this?
I told you they would be random questions.
Body part. Does my
Favorite body
smile
part?
count?
Yeah, yes, your
Oh,
smile
okay.
counts. It is beautiful. I
I
love
like my smile. I enjoy smiling.
it. That is
Um,
amazing.
it
Because
makes me feel better.
right? And you can
My smile makes
hear when
me feel
people
better.
smile, it's just
Hmm.
it's lovely. I love it. Love it.
Yep.
Love it. Alrighty. So would you rather wear a onesie 24/7 for a year or horse head costume for a month straight?
Oh, I think I might go with the horse head. Yeah, yeah, the horse head. Definitely. Um, because I don't feel like fooling with that onesie when I got to run to the bathroom. So
How you plan on eating though? I mean, I guess there may be like a hole or
I,
something in the mat in
I,
the.
I'll figure it out. If I got to wear it for a year, I'll probably wear the bottom out of it. Just sitting here typing. But yeah, just give me the horse head. In fact, that might get me my own channel. I'll probably make a ton of money wearing that horse head everywhere. I can see my Instagram and TikTok blowing up already.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah, while that funky onesie will leave me isolated and alone.
And our last question is: would you rather be the best player on a horrible team or the worst player on a great team?
Oh, mm, interesting. Oh,
Hmm.
I want to try. I think I'm gonna go for best player on a horrible team, and ideally with this winning smile,
Right? There we
and,
go. There we
and
go.
willing to share, like we all can come up.
It's about the fun of the
Yes,
game, the fun of the
yeah,
game.
yeah. We can just come up. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Well, thank you very much. What is your upcoming projects? That's the question I
Okay.
was holding off on. So
Oh,
please
I'm
tell
so
us
glad
about
you asked.
your
Okay.
upcoming projects.
So in less than a month, y'all, March 15th, I have a new book coming in the Savage Bloodline box set. Okay. My mafia romance. So if you've read Lunchtime Chronicles, if you've read Salt Shaker and you've read Italian Ice, those are the two that came out
Mhm.
this last season. This book is the continuation. So you get Corso and Jesse's story. And this is my kind of John Wick like character in the Governor Hotel, which is my, my
Yep.
spin on the Continental. And I love Corso. He is such a sexy bad guy. Oh my gosh. He's so sexy.
So
I
they're
could just lick him.
anti-heroes. They're not
Yes,
just hero.
this is true.
Ooh.
This is true. And I've enjoyed writing my bad boys. I really have. And if you've noticed, if you've read Salt Shaker and Lunchtime Chronicles, these men fall hard. I mean, they
Yes.
go hard like at what they do because they are bad boys. These
Mhm.
are mafia romances, but they go hard in love. When they fall, they go all out.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yes,
I will make sure that we have a link for all of that down in the description box.
yes.
Um, oh my goodness. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me and
You are welcome.
allowing everyone to get to know you. And I hope you guys will go out and check out Siera's books and her series and get to know her as well. Thank you again.
Yes.
And we'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate what you do for us as writers, just sharing our work, always just reading and sharing means so much to us as authors. So I thank you for what you do as well.
Oh, thank you. Okay, you guys. So that was Sierra London. I hope you enjoyed this interview and chat session chat session that we had, and that you got some good recommendations and things that you want to go check out. Like I said, all of Siera's information will be in the description box. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. My PayPal, my Patreon, and all my other links are in the description box as well. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in another video.